Your ways, O Lord, teach me, your paths lead me in your truth and teach me, for you are the God of my salvation, for you I hills, from where does my help come? My help comes from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. The Lord will keep you from all evil. He will keep your life. The sun shall not strike you by day, nor the moon by night. Help comes from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. My help comes from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. You're going out and you're coming in from this time forth and forevermore. The Lord will keep you from all evil. He will keep your life. The sun shall not strike you by day, nor the moon by night. My help comes from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. My help comes from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. The Lord will keep you from all evil. He will keep your life. The sun shall not strike you by day, nor the moon by night. Help comes from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. My help comes from the Lord, who made... Well, hey, good evening. Welcome to Sunday night. Hey, everybody, it's Brad.
And I'm Christa.
With the Big Family Homestead. Let me tell you what, folks. Oh, my gracious. Have you been watching the news?
No, actually, try not to.
Let me tell you what. We have got so many fun things to deal with tonight. I can't even tell you. Just reading really good stuff. Mm-hmm. We've got some jokes here. We've got, if you can't put the fun in the apocalypse, what can you have fun with?
Not much. Honestly, not much.
Well, in all seriousness, we are going to be talking about some preparedness things. We're going to be talking about medical training with Twitch. What?
Why'd you say it like that?
I feel like I should. He's like a man's man. Twitch.
Okay.
It's a person.
Yes, he's a person, not an action.
No. He does training. He's
Yes.
awesome.
Yes.
But he's one of those guys. It's like, I should.
Does he have knife hands too?
No, but he knows knife hands.
Ah, okay, good.
He's friends with Bear.
Okay.
And they're buds, but he does his own thing. And Twitch does medical training, you see all the P's that I just went, I don't know. Man, that was crazy.
Tripped over your lips
I'm
again?
having a Twitch moment here for me, but he is a former police officer, is what I was trying to say. And then I all of a sudden had, like, I guess, who's that guy that sings for the Rolling Stones? I had Mick Jaggeritis.
Jagger lips.
They just started going whack, 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 and I couldn't even control myself. And but Twitch is going to be on. We've got a pre-recorded video between he and I that he's going to be talking about some basic training stuff, some advanced training stuff, some intermediate training stuff, some ideas, because we have been talking about how to get started with getting your own preparedness, skills, abilities, yada yada,
and the yippee skippies,
the band-aids, the whatnot,
the beans, the band-aids,
and something else.
Ah,
and the baloney.
No.
What? What?
Forget it. Forget it. It's funny because last time I got 2 of them, and I got beans this time, but now I don't remember what the other third one.
So we do. Okay.
Dropped on my head too many times.
Yeah, that's me. But my mom's not around, so I guess I can talk about it now.
Yes,
she went on to see the Lord, so she doesn't feel bad about it anymore. I don't think so.
Probably not.
I'm
sorry. I was gonna say, did she feel bad about it before?
Not sure.
I love Mom dearly. Oh gosh.
But we've got some serious topics, but we do actually plan on having some fun. We're gonna have that big chunk of a video interview in the middle. But have you guys been noticing? Let's start out right here with have you guys noticed ever since the FEMA test on October 4th? Remember the telephone test where they send out a signal to all the phones and TVs and the radio stations all at once?
National alert system.
How many of you guys have had weird stuff going on with your tech ever since then? Yeah. I just want to see, because it's easy for the online people to go, oh, it's just a conspiracy. Nobody's having those issues. But now if all of a sudden we see like 50 people going, I did. Oh, wow. Thank you, all things acres. That's very kind of you. Thank you.
Take these off. I'm having a hard time reading.
But if a lot of you guys were having trouble with your tech, whether it's your phones, my computer just shut off one day.
Yeah, we had a power outage and everything was shut off.
But then it shut off, and when it rebooted, it forced a update that I had said I do not want.
Right.
Crazy.
Yeah, it forced it. He couldn't do anything except accept that update.
Yeah. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of people saying they are having trouble with their tech. So here's the thing, guys. I don't know if you've noticed, but ever since this business with what's going on over there in Israel, right after that, there were warnings of all kinds from all of the different travel agencies, airlines, states. You saw it on states.
I saw it on travels.states.gov. So that there is a worldwide travel warning.
But not anymore.
Oh, no, it's still there, but it's just, just
be careful.
Just be careful.
Yeah.
It's not, it's not anything, in the States. It's, just overseas.
It's over there, somewhere over there.
Right.
Yeah. Well, we saw that there were different travel things. There were different airlines. There were different, all kinds, FEMA. And now when I went to go prepare this show today for you guys, I was like, I'm going to get screen captures. Wait a minute.
Oh, wait.
They've all changed.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. They've all changed. Shocking.
They've all changed. And now if you see an alert, like go there. Some of you guys just open a second window. Like we were looking at American Airlines, we were looking at different airlines, we were looking at FEMA, and the only things that they're saying now are, hey, pay attention, because Hurricane Norma,
yeah,
is now the thing that's, you should worry about that, but nothing else, nothing to see here.
Okay, so Patrice is saying the same thing. Power outage. Then when she rebooted, there were updates I didn't approve.
Aha.
And AZ Sand, her laptop did a forced update. It didn't turn itself off, but yeah. So this is not just a one-off thing. This is happening all over the country.
Barry says, I'm in a placebo group. Nothing abnormal with the internet in New Zealand. Well, you know what? There is always something awesome going on in New Zealand. I'm talking all over my face today. New Zealand, because I'm absolutely a Lord of the Rings geek. New Zealand.
That's hysterical.
I did not mean to disrespect the motherland, Barry. I did not.
If we could travel anywhere, I would want to go there.
Oh, that would be cool. Except you guys got to be honest, you guys got a little bit crazy with the Kova stuff.
Yeah.
Your politicians went a little bit loony.
Just the administration there.
Yeah. So have you guys noticed that it's all changing? Like the messaging is changing right now? Go and look right now and you'll see it's all like, nothing to see here. Nothing at all scary. Nothing to be concerned about except that storm. Yeah. It's the storm.
It's the storm that's happening. Sure.
Even though we've been watching the news and they've caught actual real life people who want to cause extreme harm here on the southern border, sneaking in from that country that rhymes with Iran. There's that one. I can't put my finger on it. I think it rhymes with Iran. Yeah.
So far away.
So far away.
Iran, so far away.
There was a flock of seagulls at one point.
Okay.
There was. Can you imagine the amount of actual hairspray they must have gone through?
I don't even know. I don't know what they looked like. I heard the music. I never knew what they looked like.
They must have had to bring like cases with.
Do you think they bought stock?
Aquanet.
Aquanet. Do you think I bought Aquanet when I was a teenager? I think
There's
most
a smell
teenage girls
to Aquanet.
did. It's a very unique smell. Do they still make it?
I would smell it. I would know it.
I may have to buy some if they do. I'm kidding. I don't even use hairspray.
She's kicking it old school, wanting to spice up the marriage. All right. She's like, I'm going to look like I did in high school. I'm
going to get a
Come
perm
on, sister, let's do
and
that.
make my hair look like this big. No.
Next week, you guys, come on. You'll see. Christa will have 3-foot hair. One of those honeybee things.
I will not have 3-foot hair.
Yeah.
If I ran and something's chasing me.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, but things have been changing. The news cycle, I think they were freaking out at first when they didn't know what to expect, as to say, hey, guess what? It's coming to a theater near you. And then all of a sudden, it seems like government agencies just went, don't say that. Don't say that. Now, this is Brad just reading the news, but it certainly seems like they just all of a sudden were like, nothing. There's a storm. And that's why we're,
Thank you, Dano. Thank you so much.
Oh, we're going with guitar strings on that, man.
Yeah, totally guitar strings.
Thank you, Dano.
Yeah.
Book 'em.
He's got enough coffee to last him, a nuclear holocaust. So
speaking of zombies.
Wait, before we get to that, because we're talking about all the weird things that have been going on.
Go ahead.
There's an airline, Spirit Airlines. They canceled over like 100 flights.
Did they really?
Due to inspections.
Oh, inspections.
Inspections. Right. These inspections happened right after these travel warnings happened or came out. So, yeah, I'm thinking, there's a bunch of hooey going on.
Well, if you can't laugh at the apocalypse, what can you laugh at, right, people? So I got a joke for you.
No. Here's one.
They got
Psalm
one?
1 says, "Why does the mushroom get invited to parties? He's a fun guy."
Oh, yeah.
That's a great joke.
That's
I
a
love
dad
that
joke.
because I love mushrooms.
Ladies and
So-
gents, so now's your time. This is where you can garner for yourself internet glory.
Yes.
You come up with the best apocalypse joke, and then you will be heralded as an amazing purveyor of end times fun.
Or is it apocalypse?
Apocalypse?
Or alpaca lips.
Alpaca lips.
Alpaca
Watch
lips.
out, they spit. All right,
those are not. Those are emu. No, wait. What are they? Llamas, camels.
That's okay. I was just going to let you keep going.
I know.
Do you want to start with the first fun apocalypse joke?
No, go ahead.
No?
No, go ahead.
So I was watching a horror movie about the apocalypse. It took me 5 minutes to realize it was not the news.
Yeah.
That was not so funny.
Was not the news, or I thought it. No, he was on the news. It took me 5 minutes to realize I was on the news.
It still works. The joke still works. You gonna it's gonna be apocalypse here.
All right. Now, take no offense, BMW owners. None at all.
Okay.
Beware of BMW owners during the zombie apocalypse. They'll never tell you when they're turning. Because apparently they don't have turn signals.
Oh, man. Okay, here we go. And here's another one. Apparently,
boy.
I have catastrophically misunderstood what apocalypse means all this time. Oh, well. It's not the end of the world.
No.
Is anybody at least chuckling?
I
Can
hope
you
you're
give me
laughing.
like a thumbs up or like a chuckling or something? I mean, Acadian
Their journey
French
of life
fry.
is laughing.
Okay, there you go. We got two more.
Okay.
We got to go up from here. Is this a good one?
I'm just laughing at the whole, joke thing about the apocalypse. So I make apocalypse jokes like there's no tomorrow.
Last one.
Yeah.
When the apocalypse starts, it's good to know that. Oh my gosh, this one is actually kind of funny. I'm going to start that again. When the apocalypse starts, I'll do it radio voice guy.
Okay.
When the apocalypse starts, it's good. You can't do it like that.
You can't do it like that.
It's good to know that the meat of vegans comes from free-range farms fed purely with plant-based diets, and therefore is completely free of various industrial and antibiotic and growth hormones.
That's good to know.
If you're the discerning, man, I am all over that. If you're the discerning zombie, I guess head for, I don't know, what are those fresh markets? What are those ones we used to go to in Ohio?
We went to Whole Foods.
That one, when
Yeah.
you had to get stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We didn't go there very often because it was really expensive.
So here's the scoop, folks. We have been trying to help you guys get started with different kinds of preparedness.
Mm-hmm.
And tonight we're going to be talking with, I hadn't planned on this, actually having a guest star, Twitch, who does do medical training. And obviously you talk to your doctor about all that stuff. We're not doctors. We're not suggesting medical advice. This is just his own classes. I did an interview with him.
Yep.
And I think it would behoove you to pay attention if you're not already a seasoned pro. And even if you are, hone up on your skills. And the live stream is going to continue as a live stream.
Yep.
So keep making comments because it's a 20-minute interview. So hang in there with me. It's 20 minutes, but we're going to be back. Don't take off. Make comments. As a matter of fact, how about this? See as many funny Brad Looks Funny jokes you can make during the actual video. Is that cool?
Sure. No.
Do as many as you can. So on your mark, get set. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here is Brad and Twitch. All righty, ladies and gentlemen. I told you, we are in for a treat. We are with a good friend of the channel and, well, highly recommended, highly, I don't even know how to say all of the accolades. We're going to get into the accolades here in a second. I don't even know if you'd say accolades, but Twitch, my friend Twitch, expert extraordinaire in medical training, and doggone it, one handsome dude. How you doing, bro?
Doing great, man. How are you doing?
Finer than a frog's hair, my friend. So here's the thing. A lot of people are seeing the writing on the wall. A lot of people are more than a little concerned that maybe I should figure out how to do some basic medical stuff at home in the event I can't get to a doctor. What if, God forbid, the ambulance isn't coming? They're looking at their preparedness, areas, and they're going, wow, all I have is a couple Band-Aids. And I am basically starting from scratch. I want to pick your brain on how do you begin? But before we do, I want people to understand you're not just some Joe Blow. You've been to actually Ukraine. You have a background in law enforcement. Would you give us the 30 seconds on who you are, please? Por favor.
Sure. And absolutely. And thank you again for letting me come on and talk to everybody. I'm pretty excited about it. So again, I go by Twitch, and it's I got Tourette's, man. So you just got to own who you are sometimes, right? So
boy, my friends say that I do, but mine's not legit.
It's hilarious some days, but so I go by Twitch, and yes, I was a law enforcement officer for about 4 years in Virginia, in a city in Virginia, and left that in the beginning of 2021 to go work full time as a trauma aid instructor for refuge training. And they're based out of Oklahoma, but what I did was almost never in Oklahoma. I was traveling the country, teaching trauma aid and writing courses and curriculum for that company as well. And then I felt the calling to go to Ukraine. I do base my life off of spiritual things, even if anyone in your audience does not, and that's fine. But I felt like the Lord was telling me, and eventually my wife and children also, to go help in Ukraine. And my initial thought was, that is a terrible idea. I didn't want to do that, but it didn't change that I felt the Holy Spirit telling me to do that. And I agreed that I would do what he tells me. So I spent 3 months of this year in Ukraine. I trained about 500 soldiers. That's also not including youth groups and some children that I interacted with. And in that time, over the last several years, combined with law enforcement and whatever other experience I have, I feel like I have gotten the benefit of seeing how people function and respond in bad situations that are real or simulations. And so I try to bring that to the table in class.
So you're definitely a fan of get the supplies, even if you don't know how to use them, but then start to learn how to use them.
Yes.
How would you go about, like, I'm at square one. Here's Brad saying, hey man, I don't know anything. Is there like an all-in-one kit that I should look at getting? And I'm not plugging your channel. We'll plug your channel later. Don't worry about it. We will most certainly, brother. Oh yeah. But where would you go to get, like, at least, okay, here's an all-encompassing basic thing to get me started?
Sure. So Refuge Medical, and you can go to refugemedical.com, and I'll do this as
they are actually they are a kit that we personally own, by the way.
Yes, and I highly recommend their stuff. They have very high quality items. Now, there is an exchange, right? So you see this with cars or really any item. There's a balance to be had, because none of us are rich, between quality and just having something sometimes. But there is a balance. So I like having quality items, but if you're just starting out, looking at a couple hundred, 300, something like that, dollar kit, even if it's just $150. When I was first starting out, supplying my own gear when I was a cop, nobody was buying that stuff for me, and it's expensive, much less if I ever use it, right? So there's a balance to be had, and you can actually get gauze and plastic and things like that to use in rendering aid just from Walmart. And I've actually, before I ever worked for Refuge, And honestly, before I was ever even rendering it as a cop, I was keeping a plastic bag of just basic things in my cargo pocket. That's what I started doing because that's what I could afford to do at the time. And then as you can gradually upgrade, then do that. But Refuge Medical does have excellent kits. One that I designed for them that I'm a fan of is called the ARC, and it's the Advanced Ripaway Kit. But they have an extensive line of really high quality stuff. And you can also buy individual components. But hey, if you can't afford that, something is better than nothing any day. So go to Walmart and buy a box of rolled gauze. Get a box of gauze pads. Then get, in fact, you can look at that. There's a variety of types and all that, even at Walmart. You can get like a 3-inch rolled gauze. That's a really good item. It's a good size for what you're going to be using most of the time. And then you get like what they call surgical pads, and they're a thicker gauze pad. And again, these can come from Walmart. Then go over to the aisle where you'd have ace bandages. Cool, get an ace bandage like 3 or 4 or 6 inches wide. That's good. That's stretchy. You can use that as a trauma bandage. Go get some plastic bags from the grocery section. That can be your chest seals. So before you know it, you've spent $30 and you have some things that you can use. And then as you can, upgrade to something better.
Okay. So I've seen a lot of channels, and we've even advocated for some things, not everything, but some things from the dollar stores, Dollar Tree.
Yes.
Sometimes we found that there's good deals, and then sometimes we're not. Do you recommend any of that stuff or none of it?
So I played around with a lot of it. I kind of have what I jokingly call like a fetish for gauze. It's not even a sexual thing, man, but I really like gauze. I like gauze because it's so versatile and it seems to be the thing I use the most of. So in that interesting gauze, there's so many densities and lengths and construction materials. So I find that Dollar Tree, again, it's better than nothing, but sometimes it's so bare minimal in how it's been created that you actually are not saving anything. Whereas again, Walmart's not a huge step up. I'll give you an idea. We're talking like $5 or $6 for a box of 5 rolls of gauze. So you're talking $1 a roll. If you go to Walmart, it's going to be almost comparable in price, but the amount that you're getting in each package may be less. And it just depends on what specific packaging you get. But that's things I think about or that I've played with because I care about it. You know, I care about how do I save money? How do I save somebody else money if I'm advocating for them? But how do I also get a product that's usable? And here's an example we can all relate to. In the last several years of all the coof, you know, the sickness that was going around, toilet paper ran out on a lot of shelves, right? Well, you can want the Charmin Ultra that's like this really cushy, very thick padding toilet
It's
paper.
like wiping on a cloud.
It is. It's like wiping on a cloud. You can want that, but maybe sometimes you can't find that and you have to settle for that crap that shouldn't belong on an airplane, right? They'll both wipe your butt, though.
True.
And that's exactly the same with gauze. So different densities, different sizes, all of that is the same. You can do the same tasks just like with toilet paper, but how much it takes to accomplish the task is the trade-off.
That's awesome.
And whether or not you need to wash your hands when you're done.
Oh my gracious! Well, I'm going to recommend everyone washes their hands after they're done. So, and you're the medical guy. Shame on you. Everyone wash your hands. So let me ask this. Okay, now I know you give classes, and I do want to talk about classes, but let's assume for a second that people want to get started now.
Yep.
Where could they start with some kind of like online? Is there an online class? Is there online video training? Is there just good YouTube channels that you can go, okay, these guys aren't full of crap? Because, oh my gosh, that's one of my big pet peeves is people that act like they know what they're talking about, and then somebody gets hurt because they didn't. So there you go. The ball is teed up.
Sure. So it depends on what level you're wanting to look at. If you're looking into something that's more militaristic, let's use that word kind of loosely, channel that I liked on YouTube, and I've watched them off and on for years, was I think it's UF Pro. It's like Uniform Foxtrot Pro. And they do some interesting videos. They've done a lot of tactical videos, but they do like some tac med videos, and that's where my mind gets interested. So they do some really good stuff. They did a series that I watched a few years ago that I can't remember the name of the series off the top of my head. But if you type in like TCCC or TCCC on UF Pro, you'll probably find it. They did some really good videos, very much in the tactical first line kind of care category. If you're wanting to look at more homestead oriented things, that's an entirely different category. So I know, again, previous years, you could watch like Patriot Nurse. She would go into a lot of different conversations about medications that I don't know nearly as much about. But again, she came from that nursing background, which is more of a long-term care background sometimes. So the frontline care is not the same as hospital care. And she had a lot of really good videos back in the day. I haven't seen any of her recent ones, but it used to be really good. She also had good recommendations for like antibiotics of the fish variety, if you were looking at that. Then from there, you can get in the direction of some other like shorter videos. And I liked Skinny Medic did some, and what is that last one? It's gosh, there's another guy. He's a big channel. But Skinny Medic's a big one. If you typed in Skinny Medic, the other guy, I just can't recall his channel name, would pop up. They do good ones though. And these guys come from a background that in my experience watching their videos, based on what I know, I can tell they know what they're talking about. And that's pretty cool to observe. It's kind of like if you know really well how to shoot a handgun, watching a movie, you can tell that the actor may or may not know how to shoot a handgun just by watching it. Well, it's the same with these guys. They tend to know what they're talking about.
Cool. So, all right. Now you obviously you do classes, you do training, you do in person. Take me through what that looks like, just however you want to present that. And also then how can people get in touch with you if they're just interested in learning more or even to sign up? So take me through the class, then how to get in touch with you.
Sure. So if it's cool, I'll backtrack slightly to give some groundwork on why I'm doing anything I'm doing. If it's cool,
absolutely.
At first. So when I decided to go to Ukraine, even though I don't really care, and I even told some of the soldiers this when I was there, I don't care about that war. And they initially took offense. I was like, I care about the people in that. And it's a very subtle but very different of mindset there. I didn't go because I wanted to fight anybody. I was blessed in the fact I didn't fight anybody. I never picked up a firearm in any kind of violence. I got to shoot with them for fun, which was cool. But I went because there are people being harmed. That's my heart set. That's where I'm at. Just like when I was a cop, more than half the people that I rendered aid to as a police officer were criminals, actively involved in crime, and that's why they got hurt. But my mindset about it was I'm going to try to delay their death just a little more because I'm actually not able to save anybody. All we can do on the best of days is buy someone that little bit of extra time. And that might be with a tourniquet. Maybe that'll buy them hours. Or maybe you use gauze or a chest seal, and maybe that buys them minutes or seconds. But my goal was the same, to delay death a little more. And in that, I hoped that they would have a change of heart, make that decision to follow Christ, even if it was just seconds more, And that's the heart condition I'm functioning out of. So when I went to Ukraine, I went as a missionary. I didn't go as a combatant.
That's
maybe
awesome.
an unorthodox missionary, but that's what my goal was. And then I came back after the first trip in February and went with a couple guys, one of which I had met that I trained him in Texas, and he's actually still there now. And I'm aware of at least 4 people that he has done life-saving aid for over there. And that's encouraging to me. That proves the proof of concept, right? We want it to go out like a righteous infection. I want people to go forth and do good things. Amen. And so I came back after 2 weeks, told my wife, I think that we're all supposed to go. Now, that doesn't make a lot of sense if you think about it. Because taking yourself to someone else's conflict zone doesn't make so much sense. Trying to come back and tell my wife that I want to take her and my 6-year-old daughter and my 4-year-old son also, that doesn't sound really intelligent. But we both had the same conviction, and we did. We went. And out of that conviction, hundreds of people got trained, some of which were children. And that's a really encouraging thing for me. So all of that to say, that's where my mind is at. Well, I came back from Ukraine. The Lord made it apparent it was time for us to come back. We started Save One More Life. And it's a nonprofit training company. So it's donation based only. You actually can sign up for these classes and pay nothing. You just put a 0 when you sign up. You still have to sign up so that we know who's coming, but you don't have to pay anything. And it's almost like a pay it forward mindset. And the reason we're doing that is because that's the mindset or the heart condition we had going to Ukraine. We went as missionaries. We trusted that if God wanted us to function there, that he would make a way. And he did. And we came back, and I told my wife one day, we were starting the organization process, setting up the website, getting all that ready. And I told her, I was like, I don't think that we're supposed to actually charge for these classes. And she goes, okay, what do you think? I was like, I think we need to do it like we did in Ukraine. I think we need to do it in a easy to come, easy to learn way. You're not required to give anything. And just trust that if somebody thinks it has value, that they'll send whatever they think. That might be $10, and man, that's awesome. It might not be. It might be more than that. It might be nothing. Either way, I think that people will come and get more out of class because they won't feel like it's taxing their wallet as bad. And we provide the training materials. And again, all that's almost a pay it forward mindset. We've got classes coming up that people a month ago through donations have provided the materials that we're going to use. And it's really cool to watch the response that the students are having in class. So that's where we're coming from, and that's why we're doing it.
That's awesome. So how can people get in touch with you if they want to sign up for a class, look at classes availability, all of that? How do they get in touch with you?
Sure. So you can go to our website, which is saveonemore.life, and that's all words. So it's not a .com, it's .life, saveonemore.life. And you can also feel free to email us, and that would be training@saveonemore.life. Sign up for the newsletter. If you take a look at the classes that we've actually got several more that we posted today. They're going to be East Coast classes. We'll be setting up other areas of the country in the near future, but take a look at those. You can sign up for it. And when you go to sign up for a class, if you're not interested in donating anything, don't feel obligated to. You can put 0 in the sign up amount, and that works. It's really important to me that people don't just keep going through their life unproductively. And here's what I mean by that. I was a cop in Virginia, and my sister was at Virginia Tech when the shooting happened there. And thankfully, she was not injured. But I had this kind of shift in my mindset, and it was reinforced years later through a series of events. But I found that we as average people, because that's all I am, I'm a normal guy, we can do more than we think we can. And unfortunately, in Virginia Tech, a lot of the students that were not injured didn't know what to do. And there's no reason they could not have started delaying the death of their classmates or their faculty. There's no reason that they couldn't have helped their fellow man. And unfortunately, it literally comes down to a lack of knowledge. I think most people, when they have the knowledge, they feel more willing to go and help. I actually had people just recently, we were doing a class in Wisconsin. I had people in class tell me that they felt empowered. Not because of me, but because they felt like they had a task or they had things that they could do. And so that's the encouraging part to me. So the goal is to just delay death. And when you stop thinking about it in the way of like, oh, I have to save lives. No, you aren't going to save any lives. I'm not going to save any lives. It's just like salvation. I couldn't save myself. I needed a savior for that.
Amen.
Well, it's the same thing. If we're going to go out and we're going to try to learn these skills, if you change your mindset to I'm not saving lives, I'm delaying death, it actually takes a lot of the weight off. It takes a lot of it off of your shoulders. It keeps your mind clearer, and you look very short term in the future. You're like, okay, I need to keep this person alive just that much longer to get the ambulance here. Sure. Because that's what they found at Virginia Tech was most of the students and faculty that died didn't have to. They died because nobody delayed their death. Gotcha. And that's consistent all across the board. The more shootings, the more bombings, the more bad things that happen. That's the thing that needs to change. We don't need more gun control. We need more people that are willing to step up and say, hey, man, send me. I'll go and do more because they care about life.
Well, bro, thank you. Twitch, ladies and gents, you can get in contact with them. I will put a link in the video description down below, but it's also SaveOneMore.life. SaveOneMore.life.
Yep.
Yeah. So, thank you, bro. Really greatly appreciate it.
Thank you.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen, Twitch.
Yep, that's awesome.
Very, very, very well stated, especially at the end. I got to tell you what, I didn't have a whole lot of time hanging out with him when he was here in Wisconsin, but every bit of time that I did get to hang out with him made me super convinced that I wanted to share that with you guys.
That's awesome. I'm glad you got to hang out with him. I was not around, so I couldn't.
Not this time.
No,
not this time.
Next time.
Not this time. Yep. And not to mention, he's got some cool kids. I liked hanging out with his kids. I was sneaking one of his boys' potato chips when mom wasn't looking.
Mom wasn't looking. Shame on you.
I might have sneaked him a chip. I think Dad was okay with it. He was there too.
Okay, good. Oh, that's good.
Anyway, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to back up to find out how to get in contact, the website, all that, just pause it and go back.
Yep.
But would you know, here's a question for you folks. Would you know if you rolled up on an intersection tonight, tomorrow, and there was a car accident and there's sadly people on the ground, would you know how to put on a tourniquet? Mm-hmm. Would you know how to do basic things like stopping bleeding? If not, you may want to consider a little bit of training.
Yeah, definitely.
And you know what I will say about that conversation? I personally have always been the kind of guy that said, you know what, get the training and then the tools. Because usually the stuff that we're talking about buying is expensive. Like,
mm-hmm. Oh, sure.
And you definitely want to have training before you get that because you don't want anybody to get hurt. However, and the expense. But the thing is that he did, I think, correct me in that if you have the stuff, if you have the bandages, if you have the gauze, he loves his gauze. He loves his gauze.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it. It's kind of weird. But he corrected me and basically said, hey, guess what? Even though you may not have the ability, somebody else on the scene may have the ability.
Good point.
And I think it's an excellent point.
Right. Good point. Well, also, what I was thinking is that if you buy all this stuff, you're not going to know what to do with it, and you may buy the wrong stuff.
But that was his point.
Right, but somebody else will have the knowledge if you've got the stuff.
Yeah.
So...
yeah, and then seek out the training. Don't just let it be gathering dust on your shelf. Going, right. Well, I have all this stuff, and then not learn how to use it.
Right.
Not a good plan. But anyway, so here is the question, because I did learn basic life-saving techniques in Boy Scouts.
Mm-hmm. Eons ago.
Millennia, back when they chiseled a wheel out of stone. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was in Boy Scouts back when it wasn't weird.
Yeah. No, it was actually a good thing then.
I actually stopped too early, to be honest.
You were a Life Scout?
I made it to Life Scout, and back then they still made you wear like your uniform to school. On Fridays, if you were going to have Boy Scouts, I'm like, I don't want to wear this. Girls, they don't think this is cool. And I quit for the wrong reasons.
Yes, you did.
I should have just toughed it out.
Yeah, you were almost there.
Well, yeah, Eagle Scout's kind of a big deal. Hey, by the way, for those of you out there who may be wondering, I don't know if this is still the same thing, but back when I was a scout,
Back in my day.
Yeah. If you became an Eagle Scout, you actually got a break on your car insurance costs.
Oh, yeah, because you were a good student then.
Good student.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But anyway, so I'm only seeing a couple people that are saying that they would know how to actually put a tourniquet on. And you know what? I was talking to somebody else about this interview with Twitch, our buddy Ryan, and he was saying, I can't believe that this is not a class in high schools. Like basic
so should be
life-saving things like here's how you administer is it Arcan?
Narcan. Those are the things that you give to somebody
Times have changed.
Who's had an overdose
Of fentanyl.
Or anything.
Fentanyl.
Yeah.
But I did take a class in which I took CPR in high school.
I didn't take one in my school. I took home ec. That wasn't first aid.
For us, we had basic life-saving stuff. There was health, and there was also like part of one of the classes was CPR. They brought the dummy in, and you had to chest compressions, and it was always a tee-hee, tee-hee, hee-hee, because you had to put your mouth on the thing, and it was the rubberized mouth, and it was really weird.
That's weird. Yeah, that's weird.
I'm sure they've got weird like mouth blocker deals now.
They have. The last time I took a first aid class was, we lived in Cincinnati at the parsonage.
Yeah.
And it was when I was working at the nursery in the church. But there was a plastic thing that went over the top of it, and yeah, it was weird. It was really weird.
A face prophylactic?
Yeah, exactly.
I was trying not to use the other word.
Sure, because I'm going to keep one of those in my back pocket.
Just put it on your
just
head.
in case.
You could just use like, I don't know, like a bag. No, don't do that.
No.
Like a grocery bag. Don't do that. You'll end up passing out.
I'm gonna whip out my alcohol swabs and wipe their face down so that I don't.
In my face. Can you just
hold still? Just wait a second.
That wheezing sound you're making is really getting on my nerves.
It's really distracting.
I'm trying to save you here. I don't even know what that means.
I don't know what that is.
Right.
No, and it's not. Okay, so it's.
No, wait, hold on. I know what you were going to say. Ask one person how many compressions to breaths it is. Ask Ryan A.
Is he watching?
He is watching.
Oh, he is watching.
Hey, Ryan A, CPR. Because you should know this, knowing the training you just took.
It's changed so much since we were in
How many
kids.
chest compressions to breaths currently? And don't you phone a friend. Oh, no.
No cheating. Don't Google it.
He's Googling it right now.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Do you guys know how many chest compressions to... Captain, you beat him.
See, I don't think it's 15
Is
anymore.
it still that?
I think it's more than that. It's not 3.
No breaths now?
See, I don't know. Is it no breaths?
No, that's just KP doesn't want to do breaths.
Not 4. No, I thought it was more than 15 now.
You guys are all guessing. 5, 30.
30 sounds right to me.
30 breaths to no compressions.
See, no, it's 30 compressions. See, the key is to keep the blood flowing, not to necessarily oxygenate. It was 5 to 2 ages ago, right?
May I suggest one thing? If we don't know, we probably should find out and not guess.
Oh, of course.
That's just me.
Well, let's find out.
Let's find out.
Let's find out, shall we?
Okay, Save One More Life
CPR
says there are no breaths since Kovakova. I guess those people just don't get the
100. Wait.
100 breaths. Oh, Ryan. Ryan is he what a cop out. Look at this guy. He's like Twitch says is 0. He didn't even try. You didn't even try.
Mayo Clinic says 100 to 120 compressions a minute.
Okay. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I'm not sure I would trust somebody that their chief export is mayonnaise, though.
No, it's Mayo Clinic, not mayonnaise.
Mayo. Well, here's the funny thing, guys. Well, you know what? You guys are making an excellent, excellent point out of something that started out as a joke, okay? So here's the thing. The joke was I was going to tease and say, oh, how many breaths, compressions, da-da-da-da-da, knowing that most of us wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
But here's the point. Most of us didn't know. That's the point. Is that maybe we should probably try to find out. Maybe, dare I say, we should try to find out if there's a class nearby.
Yeah, no kidding.
And if Twitch is not available to come to your house and do a private lesson, he might. He said it's free. You just put a 0 in the thing. He said he'll come
for
to
when you sign up for a class.
Anyone's house is what he said. No, he didn't say that.
No, he didn't.
His wife is going, no, don't say that. Brad just told everybody that he would come to your house for free. No, he didn't say that. But it might be a good thing for us to find out, just saying. Mm-hmm. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Delaney B says, isn't it 30 compressions in 2 seconds? Well, that's honestly, okay, we
That'd be
saw
really
some
hard to
people.
do, though. 30 compressions in 2 seconds.
You could be like a squirrel, or like that squirrel on Over the Hedge, Hemi, that he had too much, what did he have?
He had
caffeine
or something like
that. And he was going so fast, time slowed down. It was Steve Carell's voice. That was actually pretty funny.
But I like it a cookie.
But I like it a cookie.
I like it a cookie.
Okay. However, I would say this. Check out Twitch's website. Check them out. If they have something available, hey, man, here. Just saying, bro, if you don't have some of these videos already, because you may, and I just didn't, it's possible that I didn't see them. But how about some basics? Why not get some people from here to come on over there and you do some debunking? Because this would be great videos, bro. Twitch, Let me tell you, brother, debunking common medical, don't do that.
Right.
Like if someone is, okay, how about this one? Since we're doing debunking, how about this? If they're making the international symbol for I'm choking, because that's what they used to say, right? Everybody knows this symbol is I am choking, but they're making a wheezing sound. Do you reach for a Bic pen to start a tracheotomy? Yes or no? Wheezing sound, I'm choking symbol. Do you get the Bic pen out? Are you ready to go ahead and do the emergency trach? And by the way, I'm not a doctor. This is not medical advice. This is just entertainment.
Purely entertainment.
What do you guys think? He better answer. This is when he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I was taking I was taking some, Delaney B says, no, don't do it. Moni, do not give an emergency trach if there's a wheezing sound. Why? Because there's air flowing.
Right.
Ladies and gents.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Yeah. We are going to be saying goodnight here in just a little bit, but I do want to say this. 2 things. I got something free for you. Free. And Monday through Friday, I do a Bible devotional that is not like this. I mean, a little bit like this, but we stay on topic generally, and it's always about what's in the Bible.
Except on Fridays. That doesn't happen.
That's not my fault, though.
No.
That's not my fault. I just follow. It's okay.
You follow down the rabbit hole.
I do.
Rabbit trail, I should say.
But it's a different channel. So open up a new tab and I'll tell you where to go so you can be there at 8:30, 8:30 tomorrow Central. And that's What You See Is What You Get. WYSIWYG. What You See Is What You Get. WYSIWYG Ministries.
Yep.
And that's on YouTube, and that'll be 8:30.
And hopefully, Delaney B put
Delaney
link
B's
up.
she's a rock star. She's there often, and we're very grateful.
Oh, Meg has a doctor's appointment tomorrow. She won't be there.
But
just gotta cancel it then.
Oh, me too. Thank you. One of the things I have been working on a lot lately, guys, is scripture straight out of the Bible and setting new music to it so that you can enjoy it, memorize it, listen to it. And some of them are different styles. Some are kind of more modern, peppy, even rock. Some are totally chilled out, acoustic. There's one I just recently did with acoustic guitars and banjos. And then there's one that you're going to hear tonight. It kind of sounds like 60s rock and roll, but it's straight up scripture.
Yep.
So you can't complain and say it's of the devil because it's not. It's the Bible.
Right. It's not.
Yeah. So anyway, hope to see you guys there tomorrow. But if you want to download the music, it's free.
Yeah, it's free on the website, WYSIWYGministries.com.
That's right.
Yep.
All right, Mom. There you go.
There I go. Time to go.
You guys have a great night.
Have a blessed night, everybody.
We'll see you. Bye.